Squawk, squawk, fellow sorrowers. I'm going to show you yet another film that's showing you what true evil truly is. Lucifer, as I always say, was a feminine force. It was a feminine force that unleashed evil upon the world by opening Pandora's box. That's your Babylonian Talmud, your Babylonian tablets, okay? And there's many other forms of religious doctrine, of documents that tell you the exact same thing, okay? So, just watching this film, it's called Hamlet, okay? And then I see this.
You feel better now? Better out than in. That's what they say, isn't it? Oh, yes. Do you like it? Such a relief. Never felt I totally convinced as a nun. I never quite got the... didn't get the walk.
Who are you? So he asks, who are you? Okay. Now, we know who this is, don't we? Okay. Oh, she says, I never felt comfortable dressed as a nun because all of a sudden now she's wearing all this flamboyancy. Okay. She's showing her true colours. Yeah. Whether that be red, black and white or pink, yellow and blue, they're still her colours because she's hijacked them along with everything else. Okay. So, she's been dressed like a nun and acting like a nun, and she's taken this ex-army soldier into her house. He was homeless. She's taken him in. Whilst he was at war, he uncovered this artifact, this amulet, which is very close to the one that you can find on Google Images. This ancient artifact, which is portraying a feminine force. Okay, it's quite obese and overweight, and it has like a very artificial, very mechanical head to it. There's no face. Okay, that's because that's her face. Okay, its face. So here she is. Take it away, Mother Mean.
Someone you're going to get to know very well.
You see, if these motherfuckers, because they are, okay, they worship the mother, the black mother. It's the introvert. Everything's inverted, right? So it wouldn't be Gaia, as I always say. It wouldn't be Mother Earth. It pretends to be the divine feminine. It pretends to be the positive female. It's not. It's the negative female. Okay, positive and negative. Okay, that's what. But they don't tell you in reality. If these motherfuckers told you the truth, I wouldn't have to, and neither would anyone else. But they won't tell you. They just show you, or they won't show you. They'll just tell you. He asked her, "Who are you?" She could have just said the devil, right? But she don't. She says someone you're going to get to know very well. Okay. She hunts and preys on male energy because the only way to take over is to take out the protectors first. So you can get to the women and the children. You take out the males, yeah? The warriors, the sibling soldiers, the sorrowers. And yes, of course, women are too, females are too. But this thing is after the males particularly, okay?
What is happening to me?
Let's have a look.
You see, she weren't smoking before either, so that's also, of course, symbolic, okay? It's the smoke. The smoke is a play on the devil in itself, but you get the point, okay? Look at the colours on her shirt as well, and her blouse. That's right. Red for sacrifice. Black for death, white for rebirth, the Ouroboros cycle.
As I said, demon's essence is evil.
Why?
I think you know the answer to that, don't you?
You see, its job is to reflect a reflection that's very close to yours, but not quite the same. And it wants you to believe it. The moment you do, evil becomes your essence, like she just said. Okay? This thing pretends to be the male, the father, the creator, but it's not. It's taken the opposite inverted role of that, which would be, as I always say, that would be the female, the mother, the destroyer. Okay, but this thing isn't really either or both. It's manipulation incarnate. It can be what it wants. It just chooses this. You see. As I always say, the greatest trick the devil ever pulled was not convincing us that it didn't exist. It was convincing us that it is male. Okay, because then the last thing you're going to be looking out for is the gracefulness of a female, the seductiveness of a female, the mothering, nurturing, maternal instinct of a female. You see what I'm saying? It's worked very well for a very long time. I'm going to pause it a minute and get you to the next point of interest, okay? One moment. Okay, so he opens a bedroom door to the house of where he's been put up by this nun who happens to be, as I've already taught, whatever you want to call her, I call the Queen Heart Attack, because that's what she's doing, attacking our heart any way they can, especially through the media of all kinds, okay, all mediums and medias of art. That's why you'll see her pop up more and more, over and over, in films, okay, horror films in particular. So over here, you'll see 3 drawers. Well, the 3 drawers are also the 3 doors, aren't they? That ties into Egyptian Anu worship, okay? You've got the shell, okay? I always tell you, Machine Mother Mean, yeah? She's water-based, okay? It's hard to explain. It's like, she's more or less cephalopod in nature, okay? Tentacles, tendrils, right? The AI, she's artificial. The demiurge, the archons, they're artificial. This thing, yeah, is the vortex, okay, to pass over from one dimension to the next. That's what it's symbolising here. Same as the drawers, okay, and the false light above on top, okay? So, yeah, another symbol for the shell is exactly that. It's a shell. This thing is a shell of its former self, yeah? Lucifer becoming Satan, it's a shell, no more, no less. But things can inhabit shells, can't they? They can take it over. Uses us as shells. Archons use us as shells. So the chief one certainly would. And here it is. It wears the shell like it wears a mask. Okay? Just like Satan pretending to be male, wearing that mask. The feminine force pretends to be male, the same way that it gets its followers who are male to pretend to be female and dress in drag. It's all part of the same worship, okay, of Ophiuchus. Most know it as the Baphomet. So like I said, symbolic of a vortex, which is why the moment that he enters it, notice the womb-like qualities to it. The womb, yeah, it's a shell, which is water. Water is femininity. So that's why they show you the womb, okay? Inside the shell, water, femininity, fertility. And there she is. That's what we're really up against. You see it? You see the tentacles? Do you see how it has no windows to its soul? It's eyeless. It's just a face. The AI is just a face, just a brain. It asks, don't you find me beautiful anymore? I'm just repeating it in case you can't hear it. This thing is a deity, nothing more.
Isn't this what you wanted, Thomas?
Okay, so just a bit of context. It's this deity, and it never gives you a name. It never gives you a name because they know what it is, and you know what it is. Yeah, they're not going to give you the whole picture ever, right? It's impregnated him. Now that might sound really stupid and weird, right? But as I said before, it's symbolic of what they worship. It's part of their religion. Yeah, the males are such as females and the females are such as males, which is where all the transgender manipulation and mutilation of the flesh comes into play, okay? Acting like the men, acting like the women acting like the men. It's got nothing to do with sexuality, nothing, not even slightly, nothing at all. So don't you dare call me homophobic. It's just not it. It's not the point. That's just another way of shutting you up, of speaking about it, because by doing so you're a bigot, okay? That's not it. But that's why they've impregnated. They don't explain what's happening. It's not like you haven't seen a scene where he's sexually, or anything like that. He doesn't have a womb. He's pure male. He just happens to now have this thing growing inside him. No explanation, unless unless you know the real one. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes by not having one, it allows you to see the one that they're pretending they don't have. Anyway, hopefully you do a little bit more now. And stay tuned. And when I say that, I don't just mean stay tuned to what's coming next. I mean stay tuned. Tune yourself. Okay? Because this is a spiritual war. We've got a battle on our hands. As long as you know what side you're on, what hand you're on, we've already won. I love you all, and whether it be on the inside or the outside, I'll see you on the other side of the cube.